Welcome to a journey into the hidden world of treasures that most people overlook every single day. Today we are going to talk about one of the most fascinating coins in American history, the Liberty Quarter Dollar from the year 1983. At first glance, it looks like any other 25-cent piece that you might have in your pocket or might pass through your hands in everyday change. But the truth is that certain examples of the 1983 Liberty Quarter have shocked the numismatic world by reaching astonishing values. While most are worth just their face value, some rare pieces, with incredible preservation, unique mint errors, or extraordinary collector demand, have been valued in the market for as much as $22.9 million. This unbelievable figure shows how a small piece of metal, when touched by history and rarity, can become a legend. The story of the 1983 Liberty Quarter begins with the Washington Quarter series itself. First introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, the quarter replaced the standing Liberty design that had been in use since 1916. The new design, created by sculptor John Flanagan, featured a bold portrait of George Washington on the obverse, showing him in profile with his hair tied back in a colonial style. On the reverse, the design displayed a heraldic eagle with outstretched wings clutching arrows of defense and an olive branch of peace. This powerful imagery made the Washington Quarter both a functional coin of commerce and a symbol of national pride. By 1983, the Washington Quarter had already been circulating for more than 50 years. The coins of this era were made of a copper-nickel-clad composition with a pure copper core sandwiched between outer layers of copper and nickel. This gave the coin its familiar silvery color while also saving the mint the cost of using silver, which had been removed from circulating quarters back in 1965. The 1983 Liberty Quarter was struck in enormous numbers at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, serving the needs of a nation in the middle of the Reagan era, a time of strong economic growth and vibrant cultural change. At first glance, there is nothing unusual about a 1983 quarter. Billions were minted and most of them circulated heavily. In fact, quarters from the early 1980s are known for being hard to find in high grades because so many were used in everyday transactions and very few were saved at the time. But that is where rarity begins to show itself. While most 1983 quarters are scratched, worn, and dull from decades of use, the tiny fraction that survived in pristine, uncirculated condition are treasured by collectors. Coins with blazing mint luster, razor-sharp strikes, and no signs of wear are extremely rare for this year, and those are the coins that command large premiums, but condition alone is only one part of the story. The real magic happens when extraordinary minting errors or unusual varieties come into play. The minting process, though highly controlled, is not perfect. Sometimes dies become misaligned, creating off-center strikes. Sometimes planchets intended for other denominations slip into the press, creating wrong planchet errors where a quarter might be struck on a dime or nickel blank. Occasionally dies are overused or improperly prepared, resulting in doubled dies where lettering or numbers show a ghost-like doubling. There can even be clashed dies where the dies strike each other without a planchet between them, leaving impressions of the design in unexpected places. For the 1983 Liberty Quarter, certain error coins and varieties are legendary among collectors. A dramatic double die obverse, a strong off-center strike with full details, or a coin struck on the wrong planchet can instantly transform a common 25-cent piece into a show-stopping rarity. When such a coin also survives in high grade, the value explodes. Auctions have seen remarkable prices realized for these unusual pieces, and when collectors compete for the finest known example, the price can leap far beyond expectations. This is how some 1983 Liberty quarters have achieved values in the millions, with the rarest and most spectacular examples commanding estimates of up to $22.9 million in today's collector market. Another factor that makes the 1983 quarter especially interesting is the lack of official mint sets that year. The U.S. Mint did not issue regular mint sets in 1982 and 1983, which means collectors had very few opportunities to acquire fresh, high-quality examples straight from the mint. Instead, most coins went directly into circulation. This has made uncirculated 1983 quarters far scarcer than many other modern issues. The absence of mint sets has driven up demand for gem examples and increased the value of coins graded at the top of the scale. This scarcity factor is a unique historical twist that elevates the importance of the 1983 quarter for serious collectors. Now imagine a coin struck in Denver in 1983 preserved perfectly from the moment of its creation, free of bag marks and scratches, with blazing luster and eye appeal. Add to that a dramatic error such as a strong double die or a rare planchet mistake. That coin instantly becomes a trophy piece, the kind of treasure that collectors dream about and auction houses fight to feature in their headline sales. When such a coin appears, the bidding wars are intense, and prices climb to levels that seem unbelievable for a simple quarter. Yet this is the reality of the numismatic market, where passion, rarity and competition create moments of history. The 1983 Liberty Quarter is not only valuable in money terms but also valuable as a piece of cultural history. It represents a time when America was finding renewed confidence, when technology was advancing quickly, and when coins remained at the heart of daily commerce. Holding a 1983 quarter is like holding a snapshot of that era, a reminder of the hands it may have passed through, the stories it silently witnessed, and the nation it served. If you have a 1983 quarter in your collection or even in your loose change, take a closer look. Examine it carefully under good light. Look at the details in Washington's hair, the sharpness of the eagle's feathers, the strength of the lettering. Check for any unusual doubling, off-center designs, or strange planchet features. Even the tiniest difference can mean the coin is something rare and special. And if the coin appears uncirculated with blazing luster, you may be holding something worth far more than 25 cents. The story of the 1983 Liberty Quarter is proof that treasure can be hiding in plain sight. It is proof that everyday coins can sometimes transform into million-dollar legends. It is proof that history and rarity have the power to turn ordinary objects into extraordinary works of art. So when we say that the Liberty Quarter $1,983 USA coin is worth a lot of money, we mean it in the truest sense. While most are common and worth only a quarter, the rarest examples with unique errors, superb condition and unmatched provenance can be worth as much as $22.9 million in the collector's market today. This makes the 1983 quarter one of the most surprising and exciting coins for collectors and treasure hunters alike. The next time you come across a quarter from 1983, do not dismiss it as ordinary. Take the time to study it, to appreciate its history, and to imagine the possibility that you may be holding something extraordinary. Because in the world of coins, every small detail matters, and sometimes the smallest detail can be worth a fortune.